What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here with our knock last time around. Excuse me, getting that average back up towards 40. Today we are taking on West Indies in the same tri-series game, I guess, as last time around against Zimbabwe. And I do apologise about my voice. I've actually been fine all morning, and as soon as it comes to record a bloody video, my voice just seems to play up. So I do apologise about that. We are back chasing down, I think, about 270. It wasn't looking likely that the West Indies were really going to get anything of any substance, but they did manage to fight back, fight through, get themselves to around 270 runs. What are you doing? Why are you wasting a review on that? I've clearly hit it. Clearly I've hit it. But anyway, there's still 157 required, 194 balls left to get it. So I'm hoping here that we can play potentially another knock like last game, where we did actually finish not out, which is obviously good for the average, boosts the average up. So hopefully we can go and do that here. We are outside of the power plays, which is a little bit of a concern. Last game we were in, I believe, quite early on, so we were able to take full advantage of the fielding restrictions. Today we're going to have to manoeuvre it around a little bit, take a few more risks so we can get runs like that there. But we will take that. That is our first four. We get off the mark, and we are 6 off just 5 deliveries to start proceedings. So pretty happy with that, hoping that we can go and meet this West Indies side. Coming up against Zimbabwe and West Indies really are two teams that we should, in all fairness, be winning this tri-series quite comfortably, carrying on that good form. We did beat India in the last series, which I did mention in the video before this one. So we'll be looking to try and do that again, and I guess really just consolidate. I say that all the time. Really just want to make sure that that spot in the middle order is definitely ours. Keep moving towards the rank of captain in one-day games, because I do want to change things up quite a bit, which we have seen in the 2020 side already, with David Moody obviously being removed as a captain. He's come out of the side. Uzi Khawaja has come in as well to strengthen the batting, and I may even possibly look. I did tinker at the fact of playing someone like James Faulkner at 8, so it does strengthen the batting, strengthens the tail, and it does still give us that bowling option. The only issue with that is that it means someone in the top 6 is going to be required to bowl, and I'm really not too sure who that would be, to be fair. So there's I guess an issue for another day. There's a nice shot down the ground, but it has been cut off by that man at long on. And we're just doing it at the moment in singles, which isn't terrible. You know, I'm not really too fussed about that. I am more concerned about hanging in and keeping that, or just keep increasing that record, you know. I mean, we do only have the 100, which is a little bit annoying that we haven't been able to go and convert from some of these starts that we have had. We do now have, I believe, 750s, which, again, it's getting there. We're starting to build that career and starting to build that. We are still fairly new into our international career. I can't quite remember how many games we had played, but I can't think it would be many. It would be around 20, I'd say, in the one-day format. So there is, as I said, still plenty of time left to really forge this number 4 spot into our own, which, you know, Chris Lynn has done a little bit of as of late. That's a little bit of a risky shot. I guess with all those men catching as well on the offside, that could have really gone anywhere, the short ball that was played off the front foot. But we won't worry too much about that. We will just worry about doing what we do best, that is trying to keep the score ticking over, getting those runs on the board. And that there, we're just narrowly missing out. As I said, this is the difference between batting in the power play and not batting in the power play. It does take just a little bit to, you know, you need a little bit of patience, I guess you would say. We can't go out there and just slog from ball 1, which we have done in the past, but we won't do that yet. I do still have the New Zealand and India game to talk about from last night, so I will get into that now. Game 2, it was looking as though that, you know, possibly India could be looking down a series defeat at home for the first time in a long time. I think they've won now, before the New Zealand series, I think New Zealand have actually snapped that winning streak of one-day internationals. I believe they won 11 one-day internationals in a row. So I don't know how many series they've won in a row, but 11 one-day internationals in a row, which in itself is a very, very good record to have, especially with some of the talented teams that are going around. I'm not sure if that's just at home or it is away, but they have won 11 one-day internationals either at home or just in general inside, well, 11 in a row. I mean, there's not really too much else to say about that. New Zealand did change that in the first game with Tommy Latham, who is now, I would say, a very pivotal part of this New Zealand batting lineup, coming in at number 5, keeping wickets as well now that Luke Ronchi has gone and retired. And I mean, BJ Watling potentially is a choice, but the New Zealand selectors and New Zealand, I guess, office have really just chose to use him as a test specialist. Don't want to go and burn him out in other formats of the game. He has been tried. I think he's batted almost everywhere inside the top 7 inside one-day internationals. I'm sure he's opened the innings. He went on a streak of scoring about 4 half-centuries in a row, opening the batting, I think, when we were playing Pakistan over in the UAE not too long ago. But yeah, I think Tom Latham at 5 obviously is a good choice. I don't think he's really suited to open the innings in one-day internationals. Very good test opener. And again, I think that's what New Zealand are looking at. They don't want to go and try and burn him out and do, I guess, something similar to BJ Watling if he did come in and keep in one-day internationals as well. So it will be interesting to see how it does go. He did pick up 100 in his first game being at number 5. I think in the tour game as well, he did bat very well there too. So positive signs. And I guess the middle order of New Zealand has been, you know, a little bit shaky as of late. You think obviously in the one-day team you've got Guptill who's opening up, and then Tom Latham used to open up with him. He's obviously shot back down. Colin Munro opening the innings now. But essentially, if you got through Guptill, got through Williamson, got through Taylor, there wasn't really a whole lot in that middle order that could, I guess, really do the damage. You know, it was really up to, I guess, the top 4 to set a very good platform, and then you have the likes of Anderson, Neesham, Santner, you know, even Colin Munro, Colin de Gronholm to come in and I guess be your hitters inside the last 15 overs. But you know, if that doesn't work and things don't work out and you are playing a decent bowling attack and you lose early wickets, then all of a sudden you are in deep, deep trouble. And you really, I guess, need someone who can anchor the innings. And Tom Latham, I think, is a great player for that, batting at number 5. Quite an important position, especially with a fairly inexperienced middle order. Not that Tom Latham himself is very experienced in international cricket. Still fairly new to the international scene. I think this is his 3rd season, possibly, that he is playing. But he has now picked up, I believe, 4 one-day international hundreds. I believe 3 of them have come opening the innings. And not sure... Well, actually, one of them has definitely come at number 5. I'm pretty sure the other 3 have come opening up the innings. I know he's definitely got 1 against Zimbabwe, and I'm not sure about the rest. So, but still, seems to be a fairly good addition into the middle order. Couldn't save New Zealand in Game 2, which has seen the series, the 3-game series, go to a decider, I believe, on Sunday New Zealand time, with the series tied at 1-1. So if New Zealand could somehow win this series over in India, against India, I think it would be huge, especially considering, you know, the New Zealand team just hasn't been the same since Brendan McCullum has retired. And so, I guess to get a series win over there would be very, very impressive. Still really, I guess, looking for an opening batsman. I'm not sure Colin Munro really is a long-term solution at the top for New Zealand. Obviously, Guptill, very, very good. No way he's going to be dropped. Number 3, Williamson. Number 4, Ross Taylor. Those, I guess, are your solid guys at 3 and 4. Tom Latham at 5. You know, he's only played 2 innings there, but I think he's going to be kind of a long-term stay in that side. As for the rest, really is a little bit hard to say. Henry Nicholls scored a good 40 in this 2nd game yesterday, so possibly that could see him in there. Colin de Gronholm, I think between probably him, Jimmy Neesham, Corey Anderson when he gets back from his back injury. He has had surgery on that not too long ago, but when he does get back from that, I think he will probably slot into that number 6 position, and then... Yeah, the number 7 really, I guess, is up for debate. He could slip into number 7, and Henry Nicholls could play at number 6 as an out-and-out batsman. So, I guess, you know, there is plenty of potential there in the middle order for New Zealand, but it does, I guess, really depend a lot still on that top 5 to get the job done, and then have your hitters come in later. You know, you want them in the last 15, sorry. And that just didn't really happen yesterday in yesterday's game, unfortunately. There were too many wickets that were lost early on, and it meant that, you know, the guys like de Gronholm and Santner did need to go and play, I guess, longer innings than they probably are used to. And because of that, I'm not going to say that they weren't as effective. But probably New Zealand didn't get to the score that they did want. I think they only scored 230, which at one stage it was looking like they weren't even going to break 200. So they did pretty well to go and get that far. India did chase it down quite comfortably with 50s to Shikhar Dhawan and Dinesh Karthik. Chased it down, I believe, 4 wickets down with 4 overs left to go, which is good. And I think it's time that we started to take on the spinners. Just because this video is starting to drag on, I've talked about the New Zealand series. There isn't really a whole lot else for me to talk about. We want to go and grab ourselves this 50. We want some sixes, boys. Let's get this game rocking and rolling. I don't know if there are some golf courses in Harare. There probably are, but if Brendan McCullum was playing here, he would be keen for a game of golf. Right about now, I would say. So Chris Lynn is looking though he is going to do the same. He is teeing off at the moment. He's got his wood on the tee block and he is just smashing at the moment. Back-to-back sixes there. Moves on to 47 off just 35 deliveries, and we're just going to keep going. I actually haven't, and I don't want to jinx this, but I haven't yet got the 6 sixes trophy in this game. So there is 50 for Chris Lynn. He has gone and got there in relatively quick time, just 36 balls. And as I said, I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't done it yet. And we have hit 4 in a row, so we've just got 2 left to go. And the field is staying the same. The bowler has now changed his angle. He is coming from the other side of the wicket. So whether that is going to make a difference or not, we will see. We're not going to get there. It has been slowed down. It's still going to be 4 runs, but we don't manage to grab ourselves. I'm annoyed at that. We don't manage to get the 6 sixes. It's still eluding us. It was one of the trophies, I think, in Don Bradman. Oh, there's a nice shot. What a shot that is. Who says I can't play cut shots? Watch that right there, boys. Oh, actually, I'm pretty sure it's only me that says that I can never play cut shots. But that one there, onto the back foot, rocked away, and rocked back down to third man. Thank you very much for coming. We will definitely go and take that. 67 off 39. Steve Smith has moved to 60 off 77. We did have the 100 partnership come up not too long ago, and we are just going to continue to keep going against this West Indies attack. Only 3 runs and over required now, so if my maths is correct, that should be around 54 runs. We should need, 50 runs left. 18 times 3, 54. Not just a preface, can do maths as well. And we are I'm just going to keep going. I think we are still possibly on here. Still possibly we can grab the 100. In fact, we can grab the 100 easily. Man, what am I saying? Maths. We only need 23 more runs. 23 more runs to grab ourselves that 100. That will be our second 100. That one there has gone straight into the side screen. Don Bradman, 14. You would be getting 50 experience points for that. Hitting it straight into the side screen. This time we're just going to go down the ground. Come back for 2. So smart play. Very smart play that, actually. Direct hit from the boundary. The amount of direct hits you get in this game is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. The field has once again changed. So we've gone back, I guess, really to the way that I wanted it. And that is just thanks to the fact that we did take a 2. Oh no! What have we done? Oh, I can't believe it. It's a full toss that we've just gone and missed out on. 85. For some reason or another, we just can't seem to break through that 100 barrier. We don't get stuck. We just go and make a mistake at the crucial time. But anyway, Australia win by 7 wickets. They stay unbeaten so far in this tri-series. David Moody, man of the match for his 3 for 44 with the ball. We top score with 80. We don't top score. We top score for the Australians with 85 off 44. But Devon Thomas, the West Indies wicketkeeper, 110 off 92 deliveries. He's got the top score of the game, and the West Indies, or the Windies, really getting taken to, especially the left arm spinner of Warwick, 1 for 77. He went for 32, I believe, off one of my overs. So you've got to be pretty happy with that. Happy that Australia is still kicking and still going well, unbeaten in this tri-series so far. We are only 2 games in, still early days, but we've got to be happy with the first 2 knocks that we have had in this tournament. Anyway, guys, do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, remember, give it a thumbs up. smash that like button. If you are new, please do subscribe. And until next time, ka kite anō. See you soon.